Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Final Fantasy Tactics. Last time we left off, we were walking into this fight, and not excited about it, to say the least. This one could be a big struggle. Could definitely be a big struggle. We'll see how it goes. We'll say that. We'll see how it goes. Doesn't even look like I can really get anything super interesting here on Rihanna. You are a level 3 mystic now. Maybe I just... I could take you off of mystic just for this fight. And honestly... yeah.
A fine choice.
Yeah. Wait, what? I thought I picked up a mage's staff. Did I lose that? Okay, never mind. Mystic doesn't work. I must have lost that.
Would be an honor.
You could have the healing staff. No, I do have a mage's staff. Can you not equip that as a black mage? Yeah, because they need rods, they don't need staves. Oh my god. Okay. When attacking restores HP.
I see.
I can tell you for sure that I want to take that off. What's better, the clothing or the robe? Yeah, because the robe gives you the extra magic power. Getting rid of the winged boots. Mage power gauntlets could be fun. But I feel like the mage's cloak is a little bit better. Do you know how to use ethers? I think I have some, so I'm going to learn ether for you, so you can drop one on yourself should you need it, and I think that's good. Like I think these are things I need, I should have on. You already, I know I want the power gauntlet.
Yes.
And then, yeah, you had all of this. I think I can max out this... Oh, wait, no, I still need that one ability down there at the bottom. I have to have someone use it on me before I can learn it. Yeah. I think we stick with that. Alright. Let me save. Let's see what we can do here. Back to the vaults, first level. Alright. Orbonne. Place up to 5 units. Okay. Clive.
Wait.
Miles. Rihanna. And Agrius. Alright.
It's time.
Don't even have a lot of space to move people around or anything, but let's see how this goes.
Let me go!
Isolde, I will secure the monastery. Take the girl and go.
Now, look at that. Would you look who it is?
Come. No need to struggle now.
Ramsar! Help me!
There he is. Listen well. Our adversary may be young, but you underestimate him at your peril. As a scion of House Beowulf, he is passing dangerous. His were the hands that slew Cardinal Delacroix. Gird yourselves well for battle.
Alright, Wheatgraph. You're back. Okay. And I mean, Isolde was annoying, but you're going to be even more.
Milduda, my dearest sister, you will soon be avenged. It's time.
Alright. Ow, this is going to hurt. Oh my god. How much is that going to do? Stop. 244, 129. Okay, yeah, no, we need to We're gonna have to go ahead and restart this fight. Because I'm just going to need to put my party in a better position so they can't all get hit by one stasis sword. Like, holy shit. That was rough. Change formation. Okay, so... I need to make sure Weegraf can't just run up and hit all of us. So Ramza's there. You can stay there. Let's put Rihanna here. Problem is, like, there's no way that we can stop just us from getting hit. Yeah, there's like no good positions to put everybody.
As you wish.
I can try that.
I cannot wait.
Maybe.
To battle.
There's like no good position to put people in where they're not just going to immediately get destroyed by Weegraf walking up and doing that. Like I said, this is a difficult fight. When you can just run up and do that. Oh my god. Oh, you can just hit all three of them? Jesus. It's so much damage. Archer's Bane, thank you.
I have to fight on.
Oh my god. Yeah, we just need to just run up here and destroy you as quickly as we possibly can. You don't have a shield, luckily. You were dual wielding a diamond sword. Or double handing, rather, not dual wielding. You do have an elven cloak, which is incredibly obnoxious, but I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do here. Oh my god, you hit with both of those. Thank god. Can you come over here, Agrius? And 67. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Do it. Like, we just have to kill Weegraf before these other enemies get over here. There's no way we're surviving otherwise. Like, they're too strong.
Weegraf, you live. But why do you now wear the raiment of the Template?
It's been a while, Ramza. Much has happened since last we met.
Then you were a warrior who fought to make your dream reality. Now you are only a thrall of the Church.
What troubled sleep have you known to speak of my dreams? What hardships did you endure as you supped from a silver spoon, no matter how sweet? A dream left unrealized must fade into day. How then can a dream become real? How can it be made manifest in waking reality? The answer is power. Only with great power can great ambitions be realized. And only by surpassing my betters can I attain such power. My defeat to you awakened me to the truth of this. You think me a thrall? So be it. Your envenomed words serve to succor me. For when at last you yield, as you must, their poison will consume you.
Come on.
Ooh. Yeah, he's not very happy with us. Obviously. Okay, how much damage does this do? If it even hits. 39? Honestly, might be better to just revive. It might be better just to revive Rihanna. Let her get a summon off. Like, more damage is good, but it will take time for you to actually do it. But I think you have the potential to do more damage than Ramza does, so get up. Okay, so before we do anything else, what do you have access to? Ah, shit, you can throw stones. So I'm going to have to run Rihanna to the left, because I think that's the better chance of you surviving. Unfortunately. What's my chances of actually hitting here?
I must
49. Ifrit. Yeah. Okay, now where do we want to run? You can actually run over here, and there's a chance Wiegraf will come and murder you, but it's still fine. Okay, you're almost dead.
I pity you, Wiegraf. I truly do. Even as a man of broken dreams, you might still have been remembered fondly. Your ideas lifted the people, showed them the cracks in the time-worn facade of the aristocracy. You acted on your convictions, and so ennobled those actions. That is why so many rallied to your cause.
Unfortunately, he got beaten down just enough to just completely give up on them and instead just want to do the same things to people that he was living to fight against.
You strove to realize your dream by the sweat of your brow, and so made it sacred. But now you defile it in your pursuit of power. You cannot truly believe that the Church shares in your ideals. You are not so naive as that. No. Deep down, you know the truth. What would Milyuda and your fallen friends think of this barter you've struck?
Ooh, that's a sassy thing to bring up, Ramza.
Silence! I will not suffer Milyuda's murderer to invoke her name. What would you know of striving by the sweat of your brow? You who yet cling to the Beowulf name. From birth you have wanted for nothing. You cannot know what it is to live the meager life we do. Reason may trick you to believe you do, but your heart can never know. Harsh is the world in which we live. Harsher still than you can imagine. You have neither right nor reason to pour scorn on me. It's time.
Oof. You are going for her. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate, but, we're good. Oh my god, you can reach her? What the fuck? I didn't think you would be able to reach her. Oh my god, why do you do so little damage? Huh, that's kind of wild. I think we can still do it. Mostly because these other enemies are doing some weird shit. Stab in the back! Yes! I think a crouch is enough. It's not? Shit. A crouch isn't enough. A crouch is not enough. So it's all on this 44% chance to hit right here, huh? That's rough. Alright. Oh my god, we got it. Whew. That could have been bad.
Defeated. Again. No. I refuse to lose to you.
Go ahead, do the Final Fantasy Tactics villain MO trope. Teleport away!
I am a Zodiac brave. The bearer of Ares. I will not fall so easily.
Yep. A tale as old as time. They teleport away.
You would flee, Wiegraf. Where have you gone, damn you?
Especially now that I know you hold a sacred stone. Oh. Messy fight. But, we managed to do it. It was messy. It was a mess, but we lived.
Wiegraf! You're wounded.
Yeah, no, I kind of beat the shit out of him.
Go. Do not tarry here for me. Deliver the stone.
Alma! Release her!
Go. Now.
God, it would have been a fantastic time to have Ramza be an archer so he could just run out the door and... I mean, sorry to the chocobo, but shoot that chocobo in the leg.
Forgive me, Wiegraf. Wait!
Is this how it ends? Unable even to avenge Milyuda, I have failed her. Failed them all.
I don't know, Weegraf. I'm hearing this music, and the last time this music played, something good did not happen.
A bitter draught. So much left. Undone.
Guessing you're speaking Lucavi.
The Orside. It speaks. Yet the voice seems to come from deep in the earth.
Life. Undying. Is this the stone's great secret?
Weegraf, no! It means to deceive you!
Whoever you are, I submit.
Well, Weegraf is dead.
Is this the wonder of the Orside? Nay, 'tis the power of darkness.
Weegraf?
Magnificent the power of the gods. By darkness all is sated, all fulfilled. With perfect wisdom I now clearly see. The truth, a black abyss beyond light's reach. You hurry toward your end, alas, too soon. Such power! Such power!
Teleport away again!
Elder, what are you?
How did you make it all the way out here, old-timer?
I had to bring you this.
Virgo?
A book?
Oh, no, not Virgo.
Written by one of Saint Ajora's disciples. Germanique, the betrayer.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I mean, yeah, I guess they took Virgo, because, yeah, Isolde had it. But I was like, maybe it's a fake again, like Postadio.
Though its existence has been rumored, nary a soul could attest to having seen it. In truth, it is lain under lock and key in the monastery's vault, marked a forbidden tome. It chronicles the true tale of the Zodiac Braves and Saint Ajora himself. No detail is omitted. It exposes the deception of the Church, that its doctrine is founded upon lies.
Damn, you knew all of this, and we're still working with them, huh, Simon? I mean, at least you had your realization and have decided to, you know, change here at the end. But God, working and being a minister for a church that you know is just straight up lying to people.
That is why we fear it so, and have kept it hidden since the beginning.
Of course, I guess you were just trying to eke out your life over here. Not trying to arouse the anger of the Church of Globados should this get out.
Please, Elder. You'll tire yourself.
I have lived a life of sin. All these years I have turned a blind eye. I told myself it was to protect the faith. But in truth, it was to protect myself.
I mean, at least you can admit that at the end.
I continued to teach what I knew to be lies. And in so doing, I begat this tragedy. Heed me well, Ramza. This book possesses power. How you use this power is your decision. And your burden. You may offer the book to the High Confessor's men in exchange for Alma's freedom, or you may reveal it to the world and undermine the Church, thereby thwarting their ambitions.
Elder Simon.
It is done. My mind is now at ease. The rest, Ramza, depends on you. You truly are the very image of Barbaneth in his youth, you know.
Elder Simon. No.
Well, at least one person realized that they were doing some really fucked up stuff at the end. Reading materials. The reading materials section has been added to the Chronicle in the main menu. You can now read the scriptures of Germanique and other tomes you may acquire. New stock! Obviously we didn't get, like, any JP for that, so, don't really feel a need to look at JP per se. But we do need to go ahead and put Ramza here back on Thief. They love equipping me with these winged boots. I need more elven cloaks is what I really need. You can take the Germinus boots. Okay. That's all well and good. You also need to be a thief, unfortunately. Now, if I want to make you into a dragoon, which is absolutely what I want to do. So, quick question. Can I learn? Yes. So maybe I do this. We turn you into a thief, and I equip you with crossbow.
Very good.
Because I quite like the crossbows more than dagger, I think. Luckily, I don't need you to be a thief for too long, but I do need you to be a thief for a minute. You don't have movement +2. You can keep all of that. You're fine. I'm definitely changing back to, I do think I can turn you back into a mystic. Although White Mage is kind of tempting too. But there's a few things I want from Mystic. Mana Font would be amazing to grab. There's also like a lot of fun stuff on Mystic that I usually never use. That could be fun. Temporarily drains the soul of piety, inflicting atheist on a distant unit. That's just hilarious to see. I don't even know what atheist does. Does it just lower their faith? I guess. But it's very funny to see that as a description. No, get that brigandine off. You need a wizard's... Well, no, you don't need a wizard's robe. Wizard's clothing would actually be better. More MP, yeah. Reflect ring. Minus boots. Just take a mage's cloak. Okay, that looks good to me.
Preparations?
Agrius. I do still have you on Chemist. Question now is what I would want you to potentially do instead. Wouldn't mind having you with throw items. So maybe we wait just a little bit more, keep Agrius on Chemist for just a wee bit longer. Yeah, let's do that. I would also love to get you access to, you know, that back. Don't they have equipped swords? They do. So maybe I could get Knight, use equipped swords, and make you, like, you know, a chemist that's walking around dropping holy magic and throwing potions. That would be kind of neat. I think. So maybe that's something we could work on at some point. But that is good for now. How about we read our new book that we got?
New discoveries awaiting even the most dog-eared of tomes.
Yes, Germanique. I opened the scriptures of Germanique, entrusted to me by Elder Simon, and began to leaf through the pages. The words before my eyes were written a holy script of the ancients, far beyond my ken. Several illustrations were scattered throughout, but many pages were missing or damaged, and the script was exceedingly difficult to decipher. As I turned the pages, faintly penned words in modern Ivalician script occasionally caught my eye. Notes of an explanatory nature had been added here and there throughout the book, all written in the same hand, though exactly whose I cannot say. A faint scent of ink rose from these notes, and as I touched my finger to one of them, the writing smeared. Seemed to have been penned only in the last few days. I then realized that these transcriptions were most likely Elder Simon's work. He must have devoted a significant portion of his life as a custodian of the underground library to deciphering these scriptures, line by painstaking line. I relied heavily on his fragmentary notes as I continued reading. Apparently the Holy Script had been recorded by Germanique, but who was that? The name struck a familiar chord as half-forgotten history lessons rose unbidden in my mind, and then I remembered. Germanique was the disciple of Saint Ajora who betrayed his master, turning him over to the Holy Adoran Empire, and in so doing ensured his name would live on in infamy. I was astounded that a librum penned by the same Germanique from my history lessons now rested in my very hands. Simon did also tell us that it was the disciple that betrayed Ajora. Saint Ajora was a child of the gods, descended from the heavens to deliver humanity from its self-inflicted chaos. But by his prophecies was the word of the divine imparted upon mortal men. After his death, these teachings formed the basis of the Church of Glabados, its name meaning to obey God. In the holy tongue of the ancients, the Church's influence later spread throughout Ivalice, and further afield to Ordalia, Ramonda, and beyond. The deeds of Saint Ajora are known to all, and yet I would seek to learn more of his remarkable journey. Saint Ajora's birth came some 1200 years ago, in the midst of a golden age of technology, when airships yet plied the skies. He was born in Lassalia, in the center of Bravenia. Moments after his birth, he rose to his feet and approached a well. Upon reaching its base, words of prophecy poured forth from his infant lips. A calamity soon shall befall this well. Seal it up at once, that none may drink of it. Some days later, a plague descended on the town of Bravenia, and all those who drank from the well succumbed to the contagion and perished. Only those families who heeded the prophetic words of Saint Ajora were spared from malady and death. After the incident with the well, the people came to revere Saint Ajora as a portent of miracle and child of the gods. Then, at the age of 20, his life was cut short. Circumstances surrounding his death are closely tied to the legend of the Zodiac Braves, told throughout Ivalice since ancient times. To trace the story of these fabled warriors, I must delve yet further into the past. Ivalice was not always united as it is today. Long ago, the realm was divided into 7 domains: Fovoham, Lionel, Limbury, Lassalia, Gallione, Zeltinia, and Malonde. Each warred with the others in a never-ending struggle to expand its own territory. It was the age of feudalism. Until somebody, brought all the territories together, the whole thing that we've seen billions of times in history. Billions of times. It's interesting that you were straight up descended from the gods, Ajora, because I'm like, as I've mentioned before, I have not delved into the side content of Final Fantasy Tactics as much. I have done it some. I can confidently say I've never done the big thing, the big side content thing, which is like a big dungeon, basically. People that have played Tactics Ogre or watched me play Tactics Ogre probably can guess what I'm hinting at. But I have done like the side quests and stuff. I've done that like once or twice. But mostly I would just, as a child, I would just run straight through the story, have a bunch of battles on random battle maps, and that's kind of it. So it's going to be interesting seeing where that stuff goes. I also don't ever remember reading this. Maybe I read it once. The scriptures here, but this is interesting, incredibly so. This conflict had continued for centuries, until an ambitious young king rose to power in Milan. This young monarch dreamt of uniting all of Ivalice under his hand. But the road to victory was a difficult and dangerous one. The king turned to ancient tomes and dark magics found within, summoning a demon from the netherworld to do his bidding. But once unleashed, the demon slew the king and set out to destroy the very world itself. To combat this monstrosity, a great hero set out on a quest. Together with his 12 comrades, he collected the zodiac stones that had been scattered throughout the world, and thereby formed the Zodiac Braves. These warriors soon defeated the demon and its minions, and banished the creature back to its infernal plane. Their deeds came to be told as the legend of the Zodiac Braves. Zodiac Braves have since appeared whenever the world balanced on the brink of a catastrophe, only to vanish just as quickly once the crisis has been averted. Similar catastrophe threatened the world in the time of Saint Ajora. The Liege Lord of Limbury summoned a demon in hopes of seizing control of all of Ivalice, and once again plunged the world into chaos. And just as in the legend, Saint Ajora collected the 12 Zodiac Stones. Once again, the Zodiac Braves arose to defeat the marauding demon. Thus was Saint Ajora hailed as the world's savior. So yeah, the stones actually came before Ajora, but Ajora basically came and is like, effectively Jesus, and was just like, yes, now I will save the world, and then was hailed as the world's savior, and that's how the whole religion started. But the Zodiac Stones themselves specifically predate the entire religion based around Saint Ajora, which is very interesting. However, the sovereigns of any age have small tolerance for the interference of well-meaning heroes. Saint Ajora's fame drew the ire of the Holy Adoran Empire, which dispatched soldiers to capture him and his devoted followers. Pharaohism was the prevalent religion in that day, and its priests feared Ajora's growing influence. Ultimately, Germanique, the 13th disciple, was tempted by sordid coin, offering vital information that led to his master's capture. The saint was executed upon the gallows of Golgotha soon thereafter, the same gallows we were at with the princess. But lest we forget, Saint Ajora was a child of the gods. The wrath of the heavens was swift and terrible. This really does have a lot of like crossover with like Bible scripture in particular, even having Germanique basically be Judas, effectively. Immediately following the execution, Milan, the center of Farah's teachings, was visited by a terrible cataclysm. The skies rained blood, and a storm of golden lightning ravaged the city. The very earth trembled, and with a thunderous roar, Milan sank into the sea. This was the legend with which I was familiar, the very same tale told to every child of Ivalice. But the Saint Ajora, described within the scriptures of Germanique, was a different man altogether. Ajora was no child of the gods. He was a mere mortal, no more divine than you or I. He was a revolutionary who fought to realize his own ambitions. He was no lover of peace. No hero would sacrifice himself for the good of humanity. Germanique wrote of him. As the founder of a new religion with a rising number of followers, Ajora was seen as no more than a nuisance to the empire. But to the slaves and the destitute, who suffered most under imperial rule, the fair treatment and equal opportunities espoused by Ajora appeared as a ray of hope, and he is their savior. But Ajora was apparently more than just a religious founder. He was a saboteur who infiltrated enemy states to collect information and sow disorder. Ajora was a spy dispatched to the Holy Adoran Empire by a rival state. His teachings, the faith they inspired, and the influence he wielded were but contrivances to enact the downfall of the empire, orchestrated from within its borders by Ajora himself. That's dangerous. Having someone not just be charismatic and have, like, all of these stories espoused about them that create this legend around them, they're also actually smart and, you know, like, they're a spy. They're straight up a spy. Like, that is a dangerous combination. Having a cult around a spy figure. For all his guile, the Imperials were fully aware of the threat that Ajora posed. Germanique was employed to collect evidence that would allow the Empire to arrest Ajora as a spy. The 13th disciple was in reality no more than the Empire's instrument, in a play to uncover Ajora's true intentions. It seems that Ajora indeed attempted to form the Zodiac Braves. Germanique confirmed in his writings that Ajora even discovered some of the stones and had entrusted them to his closest disciples. But what was his purpose in forming the Zodiac Braves anew? I do not know if the Liege Lord of Limbury actually summoned a demon. Elder Simon's notes speak of his doubts on the matter, and not a single line within the scriptures seems to record the event. Nevertheless, it appears the catastrophe in which the greater part of Milan sank into the sea did indeed coincide with Ajora's execution. So we don't actually know if the Liege Lord of Limbury did summon a demon, which was the entire reason that Ajora started gathering the stones, but yeah, when they killed Ajora, yeah, bad things happen. The footnotes provided further enlightenment. they expressed a different view. No doubt the personal opinion of Elder Simon. Although many spoke of their existence, none had ever set eyes upon these scriptures of Germanique. Some might say they are fraudulent, written with the sole purpose of discrediting Saint Ajora, but I know this tome to be authentic. Yeah, I mean, that, you know, that is something you have to think about, like how much can we trust the writer here in dealing with any primary sources or historical documents. And this one's from a very long time ago, so it's very important. I get to say some of my history degree terms here. When I served as an inquisitor for the church, those in its upper echelons feared the existence of this work, and the same is no doubt true for the High Confessor. They were all fearful of these writings, for everything contained within them is fact. After Saint Ajora's death, the church, which had capitalized on his considerable influence to seize power for itself, had only one task: to conceal his true nature as a human being. This one fact had to be erased from the annals of history. They needed to ensure that Saint Ajora be remembered as a child of the gods. Yep. They didn't want people to know it was just a normal person that had all of these legends and things built up around them. Because if they want to control people, they need something like that. They don't need just a person. Their use of the Zodiac Braves, a legend believed throughout the continent, was a stroke of genius. It was a simple feat to convince the people that Saint Ajora had led the Zodiac Braves to defeat a demon that never existed. I realize now that I had lost my faith the moment I began to read these scriptures. And yet I feel no sorrow. Thinking back, I now know that my desire to know the truth was stronger than my faith had ever been. But above all, I am as guilty as any involved in this great travesty. All these years, the church has concealed the truth and lied to our flock. Though I am compelled to condemn these acts, I cannot bring myself to do so. Even were I to bring the scriptures before the people, the church would not stand idle. In all likelihood, I would be accused of heresy and burned at the stake. But that is not the true reason for my inaction. Yeah, I mean, it would be dangerous revealing this. Like, they could very easily just cover it up, and then now they have the scriptures and they can kill you. This library is everything to me. It is a treasure beyond compare, the only means of slaking my endless thirst for knowledge. If I were to share this book with the world, my precious library would be taken from me. I cannot allow it. To be separated from my tomes, I can think of no pain greater. In the end, my curiosity eclipsed my will to do what was right. Within these pages lies the truth hidden by the church for so many years. The miracles of Saint Ajora were naught but lies, and he but an ordinary man. By interweaving the events surrounding Ajora's death with his mendacious teachings, his followers fabricated a means by which to seize power. Is that truly all there is to know? Elder Simon wrote that Saint Ajora's demon never existed, but I have seen the dark power of the Zodiac Stones with my own eyes. There is an evil presence at work, something much more sinister than even the High Confessor and his twisted plots. Oh, that was cool!
Are the product of much sweat and toil.
Oh my god, that was cool! Holy shit, the stuff you can appreciate when you're older. I appreciated the hell out of that. Interesting. So yeah, like the church, like, basically just created their own fanfic about Saint Ajora and just passed that as like a truth and successfully pulled the wool over the entire populace's eyes, all so that they could, you know, grab power for themselves. And they're also doing the same things that that was mentioned that the one monarch wanted to do, where you're bringing everyone together, the one that initially summoned the demon. You're trying to do that, but you're doing incredibly messed up things to do it. So you're trying to convince yourself that what you're doing is right because, oh, we'll bring everyone together and everyone will be happy and there will be no war. But we're also going to do terrible, awful things to get there, thus just keeping the cycle going. What a cool bit of lore! Oh my god. I might have read that when I was a kid, but my brain might not have been able to focus on it or properly interact with it. But now I'm an adult, I can appreciate it for what it truly is. It's also interesting seeing Simon get, like, such an interesting story, you know? Like, at the end, he's not saying, I regret doing what I was doing. Like, I think if given the decision again, I would do it again. And he's straight up admitting that he perpetuated these lies. He helped in this. He's not trying to say it's not his fault. He's not trying to say he wasn't complicit. He's just saying, yeah, I was doing it for selfish reasons because I wanted to stay here with my library and I was perfectly happy watching all these lies be spread as long as I just got to sit here with my library and appreciate it. And it's like, Oh, that's a very human character arc. Like, something that I've definitely grown to appreciate as I get older is, like, characters actually having character arcs and not even technically being redeemed at the end. Like, they can still, like, you know, have a turnaround, but that doesn't mean they're redeemed, and that's okay. And like, when they actually accept that, that's, you know, cool. Like, redemption is such an interesting concept, and so many things, like, the things that people actually have to redeem themselves for in games usually aren't that crazy, but the games that do it really well, do it really well. Like, Tactics Ogre had a fantastic theme of redemption, and so far nothing had really hit as hard as some of the redemption stuff that was going on in Tactics Ogre. But that little story there with Simon is pretty strong. It you know, holds up against, like, some of the Tactics Ogre stuff for me. Because, yeah, oh my god. God, I love this game. God, I love this game. This game's so good, and that was so cool to experience. I'm sitting here getting all giddy and stupid about it, but I liked it. So Dorter is where you went? I'm kind of scared to move, but this must just be a cutscene. Yeah. Here we are, everybody's doing their thing.
You are the heretic Ramza Beowulf, yes?
Ah. Hello, I was wondering exactly when we ran into you. I couldn't quite remember.
Who are you? You do not appear to be of the Template.
You will come to Riovani's castle. Your sister will be returned in exchange for the scriptures of Jarmonique.
Riovanes? What does Grand Duke Barrington have to do with this? I had heard he keeps both Dukes Larg and Goltana at arm's length, and fields no troops in their conflict.
Well, being neutral in the war would mean that you would seek every advantage you could possibly get over both sides and the church.
Why would Alma be in his custody? What interest does he have in the book?
Surely you have read the scriptures.
I just did, yeah. I've read them.
Yes, I've read them.
I don't remember that being an option before.
Could it be the Grand Duke is in league with the Church? If so, having its secrets exposed would be problematic for him, too.
Like, damn, how did they find out about it, though? That was quick.
You are in no position to make threats. If you wish to see your sister again, you will come to the castle and do nothing extraneous. My lord awaits.
Okay, bye. Zeltenia Castle, Chapel Ruins. Ah.
So here you are. They've been searching high and low for you. What is it? Are you unwell? Ah, but I forget myself. I hope this day finds your Royal Majesty in better spirits than those past.
Do not mock me.
Yeah, that's rude, Delita.
Please, I could not bear it.
That was cruel of me. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it that you mean to do with me? I'm not Avelia. There can be no possible value in holding me. No value, even in my living.
Possibly. You are not Avelia. We do not even know your rightful name. Whether even you be highborn or low. No such records remain.
My life until now. What was it all for? Raised to think myself Avelia. I never once suspected that I was merely a replacement for the real princess of the royal family. I alone was confined to a remote monastery. Far from the seat of our crown, I alone was made to live in seclusion, and had often wondered why. Even so, this I thought a burden light enough. If it meant the kingdom would know peace. Yet still Ivalice runs red with blood. suffering and solitude. What purpose did it serve? How ironic it is. Now that I am free of the monastery, I find myself longing for it. Though I may have been a bird in a cage, at least the song I sang was my own.
It has been the same for me. I was given the wardrobe of a nobleman, and so I played the part. A puppet, ever dancing for patrons unseen. Most men but play the part they're given. Most live and die not knowing they play a part at all. But I am past all that now. I am their puppet no more. I will exact from them the price of the merry dance they lead.
And just what is it you plan to do?
You must place your trust in me, Ivalice. I will burn down this kingdom and build a new one. A kingdom worthy of you. I will show you a world where your light will outshine the sun. A world without darkness. A world where you will always be, Ivalice. This is my heart's desire. For you are my purpose. My everything. You will have no more need of tears.
Can I truly trust in you?
I will never betray you. Never. On Titra's soul, I swear it. So come now. Dry your tears.
Always an interesting scene between those two. Because obviously the leader is doing this for himself. Like, you know, that should be known. You know, this is self-serving, in my opinion, but I believe he's also using what option is available to him. And like, you know, there's things to be said of whether he really cares for Ivalice or not, but you know, he sees her as the path forward to make his dreams come true, and she, you know, likewise sees him as the path forward. So it's an interesting relationship between the two of them. All right, outfitter, what do we got?
After all, in particular.
Golden staff. Staff decorated with gold. That do be what it is. It looks like it hurts. Okay, wizard's rod though. I do probably want. Yeah, I'll take a wizard's rod. Papyrus Codex. Ancient text bound with slabs of priceless mineral ore. It does 9 damage. You can whack the absolute hell out of somebody with that thing. Goku's pole? You know. One strike from this battle pole can cause the target to lose their faith. When attacking, has a chance of granting atheists. That's a fun one. We'll grab one. I can get 2 Kodachi. It's really interesting that we went from Ninja Blade to Kunai to Kodachi, because the blades are just getting smaller. Like, Ninja Blade's bigger than a Kunai. I mean, I think a Kodachi is technically bigger than a Kunai. I think the Kodachi was like the little... Favored by ninjas for its compact size and ease of concealment. I thought this was like a side one that they wielded. Like, you would have like a katana, but then you would have a Kodachi as well. Okay. Well, that's bought. I should have given everybody their stuff. Why wasn't I doing this? Okay, what does this do? No. No, get rid of that. I don't need to buy a headband. Okay, the power garb, though, I'll probably take. While equipped, raises physical attack power. Yeah, that's phenomenal. That I will take. I still want the headband, though, because, you know, it also gives you attack power up. Actually, probably could have gotten you a new dagger? No. You... Wait, I already bought the things, didn't I? I did. Oh wait, no I did not. Never mind. You can have a power garb. Anything I would want here? Upamala? Grants immunity to various status ailments, prayer beads. Equipment effects boost fire, water, earth, wind, ice, lightning, holy, dark, immune to poison, toad, vampire, undead. That's pretty fun. Magic ring, immune to silence and berserk. I'll stick with what we've got.
This is your grandmost.
Rihanna. I do believe I already bought a Goku pole. I do believe I did buy one of those. Black cowl. I'll gain a little bit of HP. God, I lose too much MP. I can't. White robe, though. Halves fire, ice, and lightning damage, which I think is worthwhile. I also want to buy more elven cloaks. Currently, you don't even really need the magic. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna have to, just grab one of those. Do need to sell some more things. Don't I have some, yeah, we can sell some of those. Honestly, I don't even really want the winged boots, in all honesty. Like, they're not super needed. I have 2 guardian bracelets, I can get rid of one of those. Cause, yeah, I really want more of these. Elven cloaks are quite good. Alright. That looks good to me. Still some shopping and stuff I would probably need to do for next time, but I think we can go ahead and end things off here, so. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.